little pencil neck Adam Schiff.
Oh, come on!
He's got the smallest, thinnest neck I've ever seen. But I saw him today. Well, we don't really know. There could still have been some Russia collusion.
Your Honor, I object!
What's up, guys? It's Benny. In case you're wondering what the Vengeance Revenge Tour looks like, it looks like this. President Trump dropping receipts on Adam Schiff. We'll explain exactly what this is. Proof, in fact, that Adam Schiff is a criminal that may well be going to prison for a long time. Adam Schiff is a thief, and he should be prosecuted, just like they tried to prosecute me and everybody else. The only difference is that we were totally innocent, and it was all a giant hoax. Okay, let's explain what this is. It's an affidavit for Adam Schiff's deed for his primary residence in the state of Maryland. Isn't he a California senator? That doesn't make any sense. How does he have a primary residence in Maryland? Well, let's go ahead and look, shall we? Schiff is falsely claiming the president has an issue with him owning more than one home. The issue is that he declared both homes as primary residences in order to get tax breaks and in order to get better mortgage rates. Something, of course, you can't do because most likely you don't own a bunch of homes and you're not a multimillionaire senator, but ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and pry, shall we? President Trump has unloaded on Adam Schiff, committing mortgage fraud. In 2011, Schiff made an oath that Maryland was his principal residence, but he was actually living in California full time, serving as a representative. Schiff is in major legal trouble. The way that this works, and here's, by the way, the proof of the document, the notary and everything. The way that this works is that, you know, wherever your primary residence is, you're able to get better mortgage rates, tax breaks. You're able to, depending on the state, get a ton of goodies, right, in order to have your primary residence be in that state. This is how states bring residents in, and the number of residents you have in your state, and the more members of Congress you have, the more federal funds you get, and so on and so forth. States have goodie bags for primary residents, right? And states want more residents. Every state wants more residents, so on and so forth. You understand how the system works. Adam Schiff, however, has a very long history of actually scamming this system and is totally patently illegal, as you can well imagine. Timeline of scam artist Adam Schiff's mortgage fraud allegations stretching back years. The president calls him out and just called him out by name and with the documents. Longtime President Trump political opponent Adam Schiff was referred to the Department of Justice to face criminal prosecution over mortgage fraud that stretches back years. Schiff, who was elected to the Senate in 2024 election cycle, followed decades of housing lawmaker, is under scrutiny under the Federal Housing Finance Administration agency, sent a letter to the Department of Justice in May, sounding the alarm that in multiple instances, Schiff falsified bank documents and property records to acquire more favorable loan terms, impacting payments from 2003 to 2019 for Potomac, Maryland-based property. This is an independent federal agency that oversees Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and federal home loan system. This week, Trump publicly lambasted Schiff over the alleged mortgage fraud, while Fannie Mae's financial crimes investigation concluded Monday in a letter that Schiff engaged in a sustained pattern of possible occupancy misrepresentation on 5 loans from the federal government, according to Fox News Digital. This is obviously really bad, and it can wind you up in prison for a very long time. You're not allowed to lie to the federal government. You can see here this extensive timeline from 2003, 2009, 2009, 2017, 2020, 2022, 2023, 2024. I mean, you have to file all this paperwork all the way through to today. This is, again, something that can land you in prison for quite a while. You're not allowed to do this. Donald Trump is obviously seizing on this opportunity in order to destroy somebody who has, well, very much deserves it. You may be asking, was it a mistake? That defense collapses once you follow the ink. In 2013, Schiff refinanced his Maryland house 4 separate times, each time checking the box saying that it was his primary or principal residence. They have him dead to rights. President Trump's truth post this morning is accurate, as the crimes division concluded that Mr. Schiff has engaged in a sustained pattern of defrauding the federal government. This is President Trump's truth here. I've always suspected that Shifty Adam Schiff was a scam artist. Now I learned from Fannie Mae's Crimes Division that Adam Schiff engaged in a sustained pattern of mortgage fraud. Adam Schiff is a primary residence in Maryland, cheaper mortgage rate. When he lived in California, he was a congressman from California. Adam Schiff was a crook. The fraud began to surface as Maryland property and continued all the way. Multiple transactions. Every single transaction, of course, is its own crime. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Stephen Miller accurately describing Adam Schiff and explaining, just burying the guy. Here you go.
Adam Schiff is not only a stone cold, hopeless loser, but he is one of the most corrupt, one of the most shameful, one of the most heinous individuals ever to serve in public office in America. And everything he's devoted his life to has been debunked, discredited, and discarded. He literally represents the face of failure. His sole achievement in life was fighting a losing war against Donald Trump, and now President Trump is in the White House, and Adam Schiff is the leader of a dying and dethroned movement. It really is amazing. Think about what the Democrat Party is fighting against. What are they trying to stop President Trump from doing? They're trying to stop him from sending rapists out of the country. They're trying to stop him from making energy affordable for every single American and every single family. They're trying to stop him from ending wars overseas so that we won't have a nuclear winter on this planet. They're trying to stop him from firing bureaucrats who literally do nothing at all but suck up resources and money. And of course, they're trying to make him have troops that are men in dresses pretending to be women. Oh, and of course, men in women's sports and men in women's private spaces. That's the agenda of the Democrat Party. Kill the golden age, make everyone crazy, suck all the joy and all the happiness out of our lives, and let a bunch of illegal alien rapists and criminals have their way with the country. That's literally the agenda of the Democrat Party, Joseph.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's a Fox News breakdown of all of the crimes that Adam Schiff is alleged of. It's the F around, find out time. F around us of times, find outing us of times.
Senator Adam Schiff of mortgage fraud.
Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us with more. Peter.
Good morning. And when you're the president, a lot of very interesting stuff crosses your desk in the course of a day. And the most interesting thing that President Trump has seen, based on his Truth Social this week, is the mortgage history of Adam Schiff. He thinks that the California senator has committed mortgage fraud. And part of the president's argument is this: I've always suspected Shifty Adam Schiff was a scam artist. Adam Schiff said that his primary residence was in Maryland to get a cheaper mortgage and rip off America, when he must live in California because he was a congressman from California. And here's a quick refresher about President Trump's beef with Schiff.
He is using the department as both sword and shield, acting like a convicted felon because he is a convicted felon. The Trump administration is corrupt. No one, not even a president, is above the law.
Well, now the California lawmaker, who spends a lot of time in Maryland, is responding.
So the president today is accusing me of fraud, and the basis of his accusation is that I own a home in Maryland and I own a home in California. Big surprise. Members of Congress, almost all of them own more than one home or rent more than one home because we're required to be on both coasts. So he is using my ownership of two homes to make a false claim of mortgage fraud.
The president wants stiff penalties here, so we had a chance to ask, how stiff?
You say that you want Adam Schiff brought to justice.
I would love to see him brought to justice. I'll tell you what, I think Adam Schiff is one of the lowest of the low. I would love to see him brought to justice. He is a dishonest, crooked guy. I don't know about the individual charge, if that even happens, but Adam Schiff is a serious lowlife.
The New York Post first reported that Schiff barely spent any time in California because he was always at this Maryland house 3 years ago. Back to you.
Yeah, so I guess one of the things was that they said that they listed as his primary residence, Peter. That was it? And you can't do that?
Oh. Yes, and the longer version of President Trump's Truth Social is very, very detailed. The specific dates that certain boxes were checked on mortgage applications. But yes, The president is accusing Schiff of saying that Maryland was his primary residence when he was running to represent California, which the president thinks.
Peter, remember the
We'll
same
see.
thing happened here in New York. Letitia James, our AG, she was accused of doing the same thing. A residence in Virginia, and she allegedly was claiming that as her primary residence, yet she was the AG here.
And we have no idea what's going to happen with this, but at a minimum, President Trump elevating this is going to mean a lot of paperwork probably for Adam Schiff over the next couple weeks or months.
What a shame.